Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about present perfect and simple past tense. And why present perfect and simple past tense? Before that, let me introduce you. Yeah, let me introduce you to. Let me introduce myself. I am CG Lakshmi Prasad, working at Government Degree College Atmakur, Vanaparthi district. Today we are going to learn about present perfect and simple past tense. And many of you may get doubt why present perfect and simple past tense. Actually, we have to learn about present perfect and present perfect continuous. In the last class, I have explained simple present tense and present continuous tense, and it should naturally continue to present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. But we are going in a wrong way. But there is a reason why I have taken present perfect tense and simple past tense. And let me once again introduce you to tense, and let us remember what actually tense is. Tense, as I have already told you, is a time described by a verb shown by its grammatical form. And there are three tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. And we have four aspects, that is simple present tense and present simple, progressive, and perfect progressive. And these aspects will be there for each tense. That means 4 3 is 12 tenses will be there. And in the last class, we have already learned about simple present tense and present progressive tense. And today we are going to learn about present perfect tense and simple past tense, not present perfect continuous tense. That we will learn it in the next class. But why today I have taken present perfect and simple past? The reasons are because in both the cases, that is in present perfect tense and simple past tense, the action is completed. We use these two sentences for the completed actions, but there is a subtle difference between these two, and so many times people, students get confused. Well, which tense I should use, present perfect or simple past tense. That's why I have taken them together, and I want to explain you together, so that there won't be any confusion as such, and you get over that confusion. So it would be useful if we are learn present perfect and simple past together, so that there won't be any confusion in using both these tenses correctly. That is the reason why I have taken this one. And let us go to the next slide. First, let us see the structure of present perfect and simple past tense. I have already told you about that one, but once again, let us remember present perfect, that is positive structure. Okay, we have three structures: positive, negative, and questions. These three structures we have to learn together, then only it becomes complete. So first, let us learn about positive structure. In positive structure, we have subject plus have form. Have means we have two present forms, that is have or has. Okay, in present perfect tense plus v3, then object will be there, object or complement, whatever it may be there. But this part is very important for us: have or has plus v3. This is more important for us. Then we have simple past. Simple past form is subject plus v2, and there is no be form or no helping verb as such in simple past tense. And we have object as well. So here I have given you some examples. I have written a letter. So I is first person, so I have taken have written, that is v3. I have written a letter. Whereas here we have I as subject, and there is no nothing to worry about the subject, because there is no subject verb agreement problem in simple past tense. So whatever the subject may be, we use v2. Whereas here we have to use have or has. So we have to consider whether the subject is third person singular or first person second person. These things have to be considered. So here I have written a letter. I is first person, so I always takes a plural verb. So I have written a letter. You have written a letter. You, it can be singular or plural, but still we use have only. In the same way, third person singular, he or she or it takes has. He has written a letter. Then if it is names, names also, if it is singular, we use has. If it is plural, we use have. Rama has written a letter. Whereas here you see Rama and Krishna have written a letter. Here two persons are there, so it becomes a plural. In the same way, simple past tense, as I told you, there is no problem with the subject. Whatever the subject it may be, it will be wrote only. That means we two only. I wrote a letter, you wrote a letter, he wrote a letter, Rama wrote a letter, Rama and Krishna wrote a letter. So there is no difference in the usage of verb as such. So whatever the subject, we use we two. Then we have present perfect negative structure. So here some problems will be there as far as the simple past is concerned. Here in say present perfect negative structure, there is no difference. Only we use not between first verb and second verb, that is helping verb and main verb. So subject place have or has, not place v3. So I have not written a letter. In the positive it is I have written a letter, but here it is I have not written a letter. In the same way, you have not written a letter. He has not written a letter. Rama has not written a letter. Rama and Krishna have not written a letter. So it is plural, so we have used have. I and you always take have, and a singular, third person singular, and names, if it is singular, we take has. If it is plural, we take have. In the same way, if it comes to simple past tense, here, the rule for, negating the sentence is to use not between helping verb, that is after helping verb, and main verb. It comes between helping verb and main verb. But in simple past tense, there is no helping verb. I told you in the last class, in simple present tense also, I told you, we have to use do or does. In simple past tense, we use did. So subject place did place not place v1 place object. Okay. So I did not write. Positive is I write a letter. But negative is I did not write a letter. You did not write a letter. You did not write a letter. Positive is you wrote a letter. You wrote a letter. Remember, here I wrote a letter. Wrote becomes right because past marker is supplied to helping verb. I did. So again, there is no need of using past marker. So we are using V1. In positive sentence, subject plus V2 plus object. But here did plus not plus V1. This has to be taken care. Most of the students get confused. Here also they use V2. They say I did not wrote a letter. Note, I did not wrote a letter. It should be I did not write a letter. In the same way, you did not write a letter. He did not write a letter. Rama did not write a letter. Rama and Krishna did not write a letter. So after did, after once you use be form in past tense, main verb always will be infinitive. That is V1 it will be. Let's go to the next slide. Present perfect question. So the question, where when you are making a question, what we do, we bring the helping verb at the beginning of subject or before the subject. We just pull the helping verb before the subject. So actually the rule is in the positive sentence, what is the rule? Subject place have or has place v3. So what we have done here, have or has to be brought forward, and it comes before subject, then subject plus v3 plus object. So only thing is that this have or has to be brought forward. So instead of positive is I have written a letter in positive sentence. To make it question, what we do, have has to be brought forward. Have I written a letter? In the same way here, you have written a letter. Have you written a letter? He has written a letter. Has he written a letter? Has Rama has written a letter? Has Rama written a letter? So has is brought forward. Have Rama and Krishna written a letter? Here plural, so we use have. Actually, Rama and Krishna have written a letter. Then have has to be brought forward. So have Rama and Krishna written a letter. In the same way, I told you did has to be used here. So in the positive, what happens? Yes plus V2, subject plus V2 plus object. But here we have to use marker, helping verb needs to be there. So did has to be used at the beginning of the sentence, and the main verb becomes V1. It is no more V2. So I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter is a positive sentence. Okay. To make it a question, what we do, we bring a did. Okay. There is no did actually, but we have to split right into did plus wrote has to be split into did plus right. So did can be brought forward. Did I write a letter? Did I write a? In the same way, did you write a letter? You wrote a letter. Did you write a letter? He wrote a letter. Did he write a letter? Rama wrote a letter. Did Rama write a letter? Did Rama and Krishna wrote a letter? Did Rama and Krishna write a letter? So that is how the helping verbs comes forward. That is how, that is the structure of present perfect and simple past tense. Hope you have understood the structure. Now let's go to the next slide. In British English, the use of in British English, actually now we are Indians, we Indians follow British English because we are taught English by Britishers. So even now we are using British English, and in our colleges, in Indian schools, Indian colleges, we follow British English. But nowadays, because of globalization, because of people migrating to America for jobs and for studies, now American English is coming into, and so many people are now switching from British English to American English. But whatever it may be, as far as India is concerned, in India, when you are writing any competitive exams, when there are any questions in English, grammatical structures in English, and you have to use British English only, not American English. There are some differences in spellings, even pronunciation, even in grammar. And here I'll tell you the difference in grammar. In British English, the use of simple past and present tense, present perfect is quite strict. So there are strict rules are there. But whereas if it comes to American English, people use, they don't follow this rule, as particularly this rule they don't follow. They simply use whatever that happened in the past, they use it in simple past. But in British English, there is subtle difference. That difference has to be caught, and we have to learn that one. As soon as a time expression, the past is given, this is also a basic rule, I'll tell you later. When we say that so and so action happened in the past and has no relation to the present, and it has no relation to the present, then we are going to use simple past tense. Okay, that is very important. That means, suppose if I say something happened yesterday, that yesterday has nothing to do with today. Actually, the time expressions also has to be understood. Okay, when we say today, it is present. When we say this week, it is present, because this week is still going on. If we say this month, it is still present. If we say this year, it is still present. If we say this decade, it is still present. If we say this century, it is again present time. Okay. Actually, people get confused. What is present and what is past? Whatever that happened is not going to be past. Okay. The expression that we are using is very important. Suppose if I say this week, maybe it started 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Still there are 3 or 4 days more to complete. So when we say this week, it is present. If we say this century, it is present. Suppose if I say a few seconds ago, it is past, because that second has gone. Now we have come to the next second, fresh second. So it is present. The last second, okay, that happened, it's over. So it is past. So the expression of using present time word is very important. Okay. When we say yesterday, it is past tense, but if we say this week, it is present. If we say this century, again is present. So actually, when we are using, present perfect and simple past tense, this concept has to be understood very carefully. Then only we can use it correctly. Note that the following explanations and exercises refer to British English only. In American English, you can normally use simple past instead of present perfect. And Americans, wherever we are supposed to use present perfect, they use it in simple past tense, and it is correct in American English. Okay, American English is totally different. It is very flexible. It has, come out of strict rules of British English. But as far as we are concerned, we are still following British English. So we have to learn British English rules. The basic rule, if you catch this rule, then everything will be, you can do it perfectly correct. What is a basic rule for using present perfect is, in the both the cases, present perfect and simple past tense, action is complete. Action is completed. Okay, even in present perfect, action is completed. And that's why, in the last video, I told that present continuous tense is called real present tense, whereas present perfect, action is complete. It is no more there. It is totally over. Simple past is also, action is complete. It is no more there. It is totally over. But the subtle difference is that in present perfect, completed action has connection to the present time. How? Suppose I tell you one sentence. Okay, I saw the movie yesterday. Movie is completed. I have seen it. Okay, when did I see? Yesterday. Yesterday is my expression. Okay, the same thing. Yesterday only I saw the movie, but I can tell it in different way. I have seen the movie this week. I've seen the movie this week. See, here we are using present perfect. Why? Action is complete, but still the present time is not complete. So what is the present time? This week is not complete. Okay, that is a subtle rule. That is a subtle rule. That is a basic rule. If the action, the time of action has connection to the present time, we have to use it in present perfect. If the time of action has no connection to the present time, even if it is a second ago, it has no connection. Suppose I say, he ran away a few seconds ago. He went away a second ago. Ago means over. He went away only we have to use. Suppose 1 hour back he went, but we express it in this way. He has gone just now. He has gone just now. That just now, there is no perfect time. It can be 1 hour ago, it can be 2 hours ago, it can be even 3 hours ago, or it can be even a month ago. For example, I can say, I have already seen the movie. When did I see? I'm not telling. I'm not interested to tell when that action has happened. I'm not. I'm giving more emphasis to the action, but not to the time. So in such cases, we use present perfect tense. I'm not interested to tell when that action has happened. In that case, we use present perfect tense. Okay, whereas simple past tense has perfect time stamp. That time stamp is over and it has no connection to the present time. That is the basic rule for using present perfect and simple past tense. Let's go to, and here I am. I would like to demonstrate some words which actually suggest you to use which tense you have to use. In present perfect, usually you come across this kind of words. These kind of words will have connection to the present time. That is very, very important. For example, just or just now. Just now means still it is going on. Yet. Yet means till now. Okay, suppose I say, I haven't seen the book yet. That means still there is a hope that he wants to see. Never, never also. Never means still I want to see. Already, I have already seen the movie. Ever, so far, up to now, recently, since, far. All these adverbs have or leads to present time connection. It leads to the connection to the present time. So these words, if you find in the sentence, you have to use a present perfect tense. Suppose if you find these kind of words, there may be so many others also. Just I have demonstrated only few. There may be there may be many more such suggestive words. For example, yesterday. Yesterday means it has no connection to the present time. Last week, no connection to the present time. A month ago, there is no connection. In 2012, now it is 2020, so no connection. A minute ago, even a minute ago, even a second ago, it has no connection to the present time. Lately, long back. Once upon a time, no connection to the present time. From April to May, April, May, both have gone. Now we are in August, July. So it has no connection to the present. Last year, no connection. Ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever it may be. Once you see ago, it is past. It has no connection to the present. That we have to be very careful. Then let's go to the next slide. Here, actually, I am going to tell you few rules with which we can actually determine which tense we have to use. Present perfect. Where do we use? The rule is unfinished actions that started in the past and continue to the present. Let us see, examine here in the this one diagram. This is past. This is called timeline. Okay, this is present. Okay, I have marked a line here. Present and past and future. Okay, and there is no end to the past and there is no end to the future. We don't know. Okay, but here action happened sometime back in the past, but the result or consequences or whatever it may be, it is still reflecting in the future. It is still reflecting in the present, and it is going to reflect for some time at least in future. Such sentences are used in present perfect. So unfinished actions that started in the past and continue to the present and even to some extent to future. Let us examine the simple past tense, finished actions, that's all. And it has no connection to the present time. See, let us examine here two sentences I have given, similar sentences. I have known Ramesh for 10 years. I have known Ramesh for 10 years. So, which means I still know her, I still know him, and no can't be used in continuous. And one more thing, one more reason why we can't use in present perfect continuous tense. So sometimes, there is a rule wherever, whenever there is for or since, we have to use present perfect continuation. That rule is there. But here, I have known Ramesh, no cannot be used in continuous tense. So we use it in present perfect tense. Whereas here, but there is a difference also. I still know her. I still know him. Sorry. I still know him. I have known Ramesh for 10 years. That means that suggests that the sentence suggests that I still know him. I still know where he is. I still know what he is doing and everything. I have a still touch with Ramesh. Whereas if I use it in simple past tense, I knew Ramesh for 10 years. Both are correct. It is not that this sentence is wrong or this sentence is wrong. Both are correct. But each sentence gives you different meaning that we have to catch. And whenever we are using it, you should know the situation, you should know the implied meaning also, then only you can use it correctly. If you say I knew Ramesh for 10 years, that means he moved from some there and we lost touch with him. So no, now you don't have any touch with him, you don't know where Ramesh is, but you knew him for 10 years. Okay, but later you lost touch with him and you no more know about him, and he may be there somewhere, but you have no you don't have his contact and you are not talking with him, you have not seen him for so many years. See here, but I told you in a present perfect continuous tense also it can be used. But I have been living in Hyderabad for 10 years. See, I have been living in Hyderabad for 10 years. That means live can be used in continuous tense. So still you have been living in for 10 years. 10 years back you started living in Hyderabad. Even now you are living, and even in future you are going to live for some more years. You are not very sure, and it is going to be long. Sorry. Then I lived in Hyderabad for 10 years. Now I don't live in Hyderabad. Suppose if you say it in simple past tense, I lived in Hyderabad, then you cannot say this is wrong. This is suggesting different meaning. I lived in Hyderabad for 10 years means now you are no more living in Hyderabad. Now you don't live in Hyderabad. Maybe you are living in Calcutta or Delhi or whatever it may. Somebody will ask, have you ever been to Hyderabad? Somebody will ask you. Suppose you are in Delhi and somebody will ask you, have you been to Hyderabad? Why? I lived in Hyderabad for 10 years. That is answer you can give, because now you are no more in Hyderabad, but you say that you are very familiar to Hyderabad. In fact, you lived there for 10 years. That is the reason. So here, the timeline, if you see, the action completed in the past and it has no connection to the present. It has no connection to the present time or future, whatever it may be. Then let's continue to the next slide. So here, one more rule is there. an action that is completed some time back, but you don't express exact time, but you use words like just now, already, etc. Even if it happened a year ago. I told you at the beginning when I am telling the basic rule, I told you I have already seen the movie. I have already read the book. I've already seen the movie. So when did that happen? I'm not telling it. I am not interested in telling about the time. Okay. And here, time is not important. Action is more important. Somebody will ask you, let's go to the movie, some movie, maybe Bahubali. Okay. Somebody, let's go to Bahubali. Then you simply say, I have already seen the movie. Then if you ask, when did you see? Maybe last week, maybe a year ago. I saw the movie a year ago. See, a year ago. I saw the movie a year ago. I saw the movie last week. I saw the movie yesterday. Okay, so when you want to tell about the time, when there is a time stamp, you use simple past tense. When there is no time stamp as such, you simply say the action is more important. Then you use I have already read the book. That means you might have read the book a year ago. You might have seen the movie Bahubali a year ago, but you want to say, have already seen the movie. You are not going to tell when did you see. In that case, we use present perfect tense. Whereas I read the book yesterday, an hour ago, even it can be an hour ago. If you want to say when did it happen, and if that timestamp has no connection to the present, then you use I read the book an hour ago, 1 hour ago only. I saw the movie an hour ago. Just now I am returning from the theater. Okay, I have just I saw the movie an hour ago. I saw the movie an hour ago. If you say just now, then again you have to use I have seen the movie. I have seen the movie just now. Okay, like that. This basic rule, that is timestamp. If the adverb of the time has connection to the present, then we use present perfect. If it is no connection to the present, we use simple past. Okay, here don't know the time of the action, but it is complete. Here we don't know. I have already read the book. In this one, we don't know when it happened, but action is complete. Whereas here we know the time of the completed action. We know when it happened. We know that here in this sentence it happened yesterday, or it happened an hour ago. So we know the time. In that case we use. And there is another rule: a finished action with a result in the present. A finished action, it is finished, but the result is still, it is reverberating, or it is showing. Okay, it is impacting in the present. In that case, we use present perfect. And if it has no effect in present time, then we use it in simple past tense. Here I have taken two similar sentences for you to explain. One is, I have lost my keys. I lost my keys yesterday. Okay. I have lost my keys. I lost my keys. What is the difference? Both are correct, in fact. But I told you uh, the meaning, the suggestive meaning may be different. When you say I have lost my keys, you mean that the result is that I can't get into my house now. You are standing in front of your house and somebody will ask, why are you standing here? Then you say, I've lost my keys. I've lost my keys. I'm not able to enter my house. But suppose after 2 days after 2 days, or after one day, somebody will ask you, oh, there seemed to be a problem yesterday. You were sitting in front of your house. What happened? I lost my keys. I lost my keys yesterday. So that's why it was terrible. I had to be in a great trouble. I had to bring somebody to open the lock. I was in terrible problem. So you explain it. So it has no connection to the present. Whereas here, of course, losing keys is over, but the impact you are experiencing, the result is that I can't get into my house now. So the result in the present, the impact is still seen in the present. In that case, you use present perfect. If the impact is no more, the impact is over. Now you are in the house. You brought somebody and you opened the house. Now you are in the house. But there is no impact as such, but action happened in the past, so you use simple past tense. Then here I have some practice. This is very important, and each one has to be carefully examined, then only you can understand. Okay, see here, I have done all the housework. The flat is really clean now. See here, two actions are there. One is the flat is really clean now. So the impact is there in the present. Something happened, the impact. Just now, no, I told you, I have lost the keys. I have lost the keys. The impact is that you are not able to enter the house. In the same way, I have done all the housework. You have completed all the housework. The impact is that the flat is really clean now. So the impact of the action is still in the present. So you use present perfect tense. If we take the second sentence, a young couple bought the house next door. Somebody, okay, a neighbor, my next door. So a young couple bought the house next door, but they didn't live there long. See, these are suggestive adverbials or time markers or signal words which help you to select which tense you have to use. See, here is really clean now, present. So here you have used present perfect tense. A young couple bought the house next door. Okay, they bought. What is the suggestion here? But they didn't live there long. So it's over. Now they're no more living. Maybe they might have sold the house and they left the house. So, but you are telling about what happened long back. What happened long back? So long back means you have to use simple past tense. A young couple bought the house next door. It's long back. Now it is they are not there. Maybe they might have sold the house or they went somewhere. Our visitors have arrived. See here, the impacting sentence, the suggestive sentence is here. They are sitting in the garden. Still they are in the garden. Okay, just now they have come. That means just now they have come. Okay, still the impact of this action is there here. And it also suggests that they have arrived just now. Even though just now word is not there, it is suggesting that it happened just few minutes ago, and it is still is there. If they had gone away, then maybe we say our visitors arrived and returned an hour ago, we can say. But here they are sitting in the garden, so we have to use present perfect tense. Our visitors have arrived, they are sitting in the garden. Next sentence, have lost my credit card. I can't find it anymore. I lost my credit card. There is no more. I can't find it anymore, anywhere. So here he is still searching. He is still, deliberately, he is still in search. He's still on search. So he is saying, I have lost my credit card. Suppose if he had got new card, okay, he must have complained to the bank and he must have blocked the card and the bank must have sent a new credit card. Then he says, after getting the new credit card, he would say, I lost my credit card and I got a new card. Okay, but here still he is searching. It is suggesting that he is still trying to find the card. That means still that action has some impact in the present. So I lost my credit card. Let us go to this next sentence. The match has started. Our team is playing well. See, he is playing well. Still action is going on. That game is going on. Game is going on. But the starting, it has already completed. Okay, so here we have to use present perfect tense. Okay, the start is one verb, play is another verb. Play action is going on, start action has completed. So we have to use present perfect tense. Still, it is going on. Still, still it has connection to the present time. Still, it has connection to the present time. Then you see here one interesting sentence here. Sweta ran away from home. See here, I told you when there is no time stamp, we have to use present perfect tense. But here, the next sentence, it is suggesting, okay, but she came back 2 days later. After 2 days, she came back. When? A long back. Okay, it is like a story. Sweta ran away from home and she came back 2 days later. Okay, when did that 2 days later? Maybe a year ago, maybe some 10 years ago. We don't know. It is not just 2 days ago. Okay, so here we are using simple past tense. Simple past tense. The young director has made 4 films so far. When we use so far, it means that still he may take many more films. He is still young. He's still young, and there is a chance for him to take many more films. Okay, for example, I haven't seen Hyderabad. I haven't seen Hyderabad so far. That means what? I want to see Hyderabad. I'm suggesting in my sentence that I want to see Hyderabad, but so far I haven't seen here. So far I haven't seen it. I can say so far I haven't seen Bahubali. That means I want to see. Okay, where if I say I didn't see movie, I didn't see that movie. That means I'm no more interested in seeing that movie. I'm no more interested. I didn't see that movie, and that suggests that I'm no more interested in seeing that movie. If I say I didn't go to America, that says that I'm not interested. I'm no more interested in going to America. But if I say I haven't been to America, that means I want to go. Maybe in future I may plan to go to America. Okay, that is a suggestion. Present perfect means you suggest that it may happen in future. The young director has made 4 films so far. He has made 4 films so far. That so far is suggesting that still he may take some more films. See the next sentence. It is similar to the 7th one. The director who died yesterday. He died yesterday. Okay. Maybe he's aged and maybe he's sick and he died. Okay. And we are talking about him. What are we talking? The director who died yesterday made many films in his long career, and he had a very long career. Maybe he had made hundreds of films, and now there is no more chance for him to make any more film because he died. It is past. There is no connection to the present. It is totally complete. Even yesterday only he died. Okay, even though he died yesterday, his career is closed. His career is closed. He can no more take any movie. So we use simple past tense. Whereas in this sentence, we say the young director has made 4 films. The young director has made 4 films. Here there is still chance for him to make many more films. So we use present perfect tense. Now let us take another interesting sentence. There are so many. You have to actually practice grammar, then only you can learn rules. With rules you cannot learn grammar. Okay, rules has to be learned and it has to be applied. It is just like learning bicycle or learning swimming. Okay, unless you do it, you cannot learn it. Unless you get into it, you cannot actually know the depth of it. Okay, so these are only in only 12 exercises I have given. It's not actually exercise, examples, I can say examples. But really, if you want to learn grammar, you have to practice. You have to get some good book. I suggest you one good book. This one, you see, Oxford Practice Grammar. This book has 3 modules. One is basic, and another is intermediate, and another one is advanced. Okay, you start with the basic or intermediate. If you are degree, since most of you are degree students, I suggest you to start with intermediate level. If you are still in a 10th class or maybe primary section or a pre 6th class, 7th class, then you can start from basic level. Advanced level, maybe after completing intermediate level, you can go to advanced level. So there actually you have plenty of exercises. For each exercise there is theory here. There is actually theory here. Then you have, sorry, I'll show you. There is theory here, and here is practice. You have to practice in that way. This is a basic book. This is basic level. Actually, I bought this for my daughter. She is just 4th class. She is doing this. Okay. She is learning. I'm very happy that she is able to learn. This is basic level, but not for degree students. But for degree students, I suggest you intermediate level. It is in inversion. I don't know if you are able to. Okay. But you have to practice. It may not be this one, but still you have to practice grammar, then only you can learn grammar. See another interesting sentence. It hasn't rained today. It hasn't rained today. That means can we use see next sentence, it rained yesterday. It hasn't rained today means still we are in today. Okay, still there may be some 10 hours to complete today. Okay, if today has to be completed, then you have to wait for 10 more hours. But so far it hasn't rained. It may rain. Okay, again in after 10 after 1 hour or 2 hours it may rain. So you use present perfect tense. It rained yesterday. Okay, yesterday it is totally completed. So you use simple past tense. Then has a post come this morning? It is already 11 a.m. See here, it is 11 a.m. Still morning is not complete. So you use present perfect tense. It is still morning. Has a post come this morning? The next one you see, did the post come this morning? See, both we have this morning only, but time. When you are asking this question, if it is 11 o'clock, that means still it is morning. If it is 2 p.m., it is afternoon. So since it is afternoon, you can say simple past tense. Since it is present perfect and since it is still morning, we can use present perfect tense. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can mail me or you can call me. I hope I have made it very clear. Thank you very much.